Hello again. In this video we will be looking in depth at the awesome interactive features available for each system, helping you memorize their functions, and making learning more engaging. Let's get started. The first thing to note is that interactive features are associated with structures, so firstly, let's select a structure. We can double tap or double click to bring it to the center of our screen. As we learned in the first video, the panel we see here is called the info box, and it contains detailed information about your selected structure. Wherever you see the sound icon, you can listen to a pronunciation of the structure title. Choose these three dots below the name of the selected structure to view an alternative name or an eponym. Now let's get interactive. In video 1, you learned about multi-selection mode, but this mode has an additional superpower that helps you appreciate the 3D orientation and spatial relationships between complex structures. Let's say you're teaching the skeletal system, and want to get a view of the fused joints. We'll start by selecting the cranium, via the breadcrumb trail, then choose multi-selection, and you'll see an option for explode. Hit it. Rotate and explore the now revealed sutures between the fused joints. Choose back to return to your previous view. Along with the explode feature, many systems have their own unique tools to make learning and teaching more engaging. You'll find the available interactive features in a carousel under the structure name, called the Infobox menu. Make sure you scroll to discover them all. When teaching or learning the skeletal system, you can dive into the detail of that structure's bone maps, such as parts, surfaces, and landmarks to help you visualize each area in 3D. Parts are the larger and major structural portions that make up a given bone. Surfaces are the various aspects and borders of a bone. And landmarks are the smaller and finer detailed structures that a bone possesses. Learning about sutures and craniometrics? There's an interactive option for that too, especially for our anthropology enthusiasts. You can jump directly into related models from this carousel also, giving you an option to dive deeper to see how a structure looks in microscopic level, and in this case helping you to join the dots between the scalp and meninges, and the parietal bone. Moved on to the muscular system. There's a treat in store. Choose a muscle, then explore and identify in 3D where the origin and insertion points of that muscle lie, by selecting the O/I button from the Infobox menu. Need to understand or explain how a muscle moves? Choose motion to see the action of a muscle, in real time. By doing this, you can get a more holistic view of that action, viewing it from all angles in 3D. Use the motions panel at the bottom of your screen to see more information about the selected muscle including its articulation and its range of motion. Need finer control over the movements manually? Use the slider and the play and pause buttons to thoroughly explore each contraction or rotation in detail. Each muscle that helps to carry out that movement is also listed. Using fade here can help to see the underlying anatomy. Want to discover the motion in the joints? Choose fade all and zoom in to visualize how the joint behaves throughout the movement. At the bottom of the list, you can switch to another muscle action associated with your selected muscle. Need to learn to associate a muscle to its nerve supply? We've got you covered. This can be helpful if you want to trace a damaged nerve to a loss of muscle function. Scroll through the Infobox menu and select the nerves icon. Isolate the nerve for a laser focus on just the innervating nerve, its path back to the spinal cord and relevant structures. Choose the highlight option to see the innervating path in the context of the full model. At this stage you might also want to visualize the arterial supply to that muscle and follow its path back to the heart. Choose the arteries option. In a similar way to nerve supply, you can isolate just the structures involved with isolate, or see how the arterial supply sits in relation to the full anatomy with the highlight option. Select any structure here to identify it. Now you've mastered the skeletal and muscular systems, you might be ready to move on to vessels. For the nervous system, you can both follow the path of any nerve back to its origin, and also see any branches it may have. Start by selecting a nerve from the model. Select origin path to highlight the nerves involved in its path. Like muscle innervation, you can also isolate or highlight the origin path of the nerve for more detailed exploration. Branches for nerves, where relevant, can be also found in the Infobox menu. The arterial system works the same way. Select an artery to trace its path back to the heart, and also any branches it may have. This can help with associating loss of blood supply to a particular organ system. Across all systems, you'll find the option to cross-section what you see, to quickly frame it in context of the overall body while in the middle of your flow, and then jump right back to where you were. Hit cross-section for a list of all the sections in which your selected structure appears. Choose any structure here to see its name in the info box. Hit back to jump right back into your workflow. Finally, along with the interactive features, you'll also find shortcuts to specific videos inside your info box menu, covering treatments, conditions, stretches and exercises related to your selection where relevant. Here's a quick tip: do you find that you use some of these interactive tools more often than others? Jump into your preferences to rearrange their order in the info box, so you have what you need quickly at your fingertips. To recap, in this video we explored all the powerful features of the info box to help your learning to be more interactive, and your presentations to be more engaging. Amongst what we learned was how to move muscles, how to trace nerves back to their origin, and how to cross-section the model. Join us in the next video, to see how you can dissect and annotate the model using the tools available in app.